Hey, good evening, guys. Welcome to another stream of the Routemaster. Sorry, Gilly's comment is funny. So, want to say hello to Gilly, Gordon, Dave, and I think that was everybody that commented. I've switched it up a little bit. It's one of these things. We're on daylight time now, so later in the UK, which is why I originally started doing it at 5. And I actually didn't expect any of the UK folks to show up, and I got a couple of them in the chat. Not sure how long they'll last. So instead of me gabbing a whole lot, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the building in a second. I switched it up because 5 o'clock, an hour and a half after I get off work, was just too tearing on me. It was just, I was tired. I was exhausted. So, been a month. I'm going to start doing at just probably one stream a week. Might go back to 2. We'll see. But it's going to be a little bit later in the evening so that I can, get a little bit more time to relax before I start the stream. So let me flip over to, and of course the camera doesn't play nice. What the heck? Oh, don't wonder it wouldn't switch. That was the camera I was on. Okay, so let me turn the lights on because they were glaring on me when I was on camera. And of course, the remotes don't always work. And yeah, Gordon says it's midnight there. So yeah, I actually thought it was going to be a little bit later for you guys. So glad you can make it. Donnie, for once, is able to make it. He's home from work on time. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. And so this is probably going to be the best from now on shot I can give of the tank because of how tall it is. It literally, you can see it's literally up out of the shot. And the face cam, which is over there, it barely clears it. So on Sunday, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning, I did this panel, got the door in here, did the panel up front. Not happy with it, but I did see that, who was it? I watched World of Wayne, and his front panel there is actually a little bit bowed out like mine is. So it should be okay. In about 2 or 3 stages, I will be getting back to this front panel. Let me actually turn the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. This panel right here, I'll be getting back to that. And when I go back to that, my plan is I'm going to, if it's still popping out, I will just super glue it down. Rotate that down so I'm not getting the glare from the lights. So let me get the first pack for tonight. Plan for tonight is to do packs 95 and 96. Of course, I'll grab 96 first. 96 is actually quite a bit done. Part of 96 was putting let me do it this way. Part of 96 was putting this frame and the roof of the second deck together and then attaching them. Already did that based on suggestions from Dave from DS Models and Vintage. And had this on, doesn't go on yet, so I took it off. Lots of stuff going on the bus at this point. And actually heading into the stages where it's going to get very slow and tedious and monotonous. Like I said, I watched World of Wayne, and he edited his video for for book 12, which was the last 11 stages, because there are almost 500 screws on the outside of this bus when you get done. Just when you're putting the panels on. Let me get that out. Make sure there's nothing left in here. Get out my glove. Unlike Kaylin, I am not white gloves modeling wearing a black glove. I'm just Buck wearing a blue glove. So again, like on every window, because we're going to be putting in a window here in a minute, it's got that crossbar, which is where the crank goes right here. That crank will go onto there. And that crank is how they open and close these little windows up at the top. Let me go ahead and get this piece of framework out of here. I'm going to set the frame up here for right now because I do not believe I need it right off the bat. I am incorrect. So I've got 4 pieces of glass here. Okay, they're plastic. We just call them glass. So this is the outside. And this is actually where the power box, where the battery box would go if I still had the battery box in mind. If you can see, maybe, I've got an orange and a purple wire coming out of there because I've put a power supply in there. Speaking of which, Dave yesterday was doing a video showing the power, or not so much the power mod, but the Bluetooth mod that Alex and Ian from Partwork Upgrades, I think it is, came up with. Alex from Horlicks's. And it is an awesome mod. It lets you kind of control everything via Bluetooth on your phone. I will definitely be getting that. I'm just a guess it's probably going to run around 60 or 70 pounds. Well worth it, regardless. Because it lets you not have to reach up inside here, up inside the cab or up inside the back of the bus to turn on the, we'll call it bells and whistles for the bus, because part of it is actually the bell, the motor noise, just all kinds of stuff. If you've seen Alex's, Routemaster, he's got the prototype in his, and from what Dave was saying, the one that they're going to be actually selling does a whole lot more than Alex's. Looking forward to it. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is take this piece of glass here, and it does have a rub mark on it. Let me see. Oh, that's too bad. There's a couple rub marks on it, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. And that one goes here in the center of the bus. Goes on with EM screws. I meant to move the oil already, but I didn't. Hey, Kenneth, welcome, and appreciate it. Kenneth from Georgia is here. So give me the apex into the screwdriver. Get the silver screw out of there and start building. And again, if I did, I don't think I said it. The reason I wear the glove while I'm working with windows is because I'm trying to keep from getting fingerprints on the inside of the windows that I'm never going to be able to get to once the once the framework is on the bus. That one's snug. Get this one in here. Oh, and been talking a little bit with Eric and some other people. This has actually become 2023 has become my year of getting most of the models that I've got in progress finished. I've been working a lot on the Lisbon diorama. Lisbon tram is done. I just need to finish the diorama for it. Next, I'm going to go back to, not sure if I'm going to switch screw apexes here. Not sure if I'm going to go back to the I'm going to go back to the Queen Mary 2 or the Titanic. Kenneth said he is watching in the 30 minutes that during his lunch. I appreciate that. Donnie asked him if he works nights. But I'm going to either go back to the Queen Mary 2 or back to the Titanic. I'm thinking probably Queen Mary 2 because Titanic has been sitting there for longer. I need to refresh my memory about it. And I'm also going to get back to work on the Black Pearl. Black Pearl, I started streaming videos for it. I don't think I'm going to stream with the Pearl because it's just too slow and monotonous. What I will do is do build-up video, do videos of it, of what my progress has been. Put that off. Donnie says, wait. What am I waiting for, Donnie? Yes, I'm building the Black Pearl. And I've actually moved the Black Pearl, the wooden Black Pearl, from its normal spot right over here, right above the box, workbench box from I have from Oakry. It is over on my other bench now, so that I can actually work on it. Just to show, Donnie said, wait. Building the Black Pearl. Laughed about it. Second shift normal, 2 p.m. to 10:30, but this is the second week of doing 10 hours, 12 p.m. to 10:30. 56 hours last week. Man, that sucks. Don't tell Eric. Kenneth said, why? Eric is awesome. And actually, let me see. No, the dial in my work computer is in the way. Otherwise, I would pick up the camera and show where the Black Pearl is, because I actually did some work on it in the last week. It's one of those things. I hit one of those, like anybody who's watched my channel for a while, do not hide the fact that when I hit a point that something bugs me, I end up stopping. That's not good. That window's bowed up. Let me loosen these screws while I'm holding it down. Retighten them. Better. And that's probably what I have to do with that sign in the front of the bus. Yes, he did. Pearl. He would do that every stream. And the funny thing is, Eric now has a Black Pearl of his own and doesn't work on it. Actually, I need this part that I just put up there. So this, and hopefully this will go smoother than it did last night, or yet not last night, yesterday when I was putting this on here, because every time I would try to get this in place, the window would pop loose. Not quite that bad though. Okay, at that point, I think I put my head into the camera, so I should see a comment from Eric saying I'm going bald. No, Donnie would never do anything like that except for talk about a model that I'm not doing anymore. The Eaglemoss, now soon to be Fan Home Enterprise. And I figured out why the one from yesterday was not sliding. There was a nub of plastic there from when they cut it off the sprue. Okay, so let me put this back in here where it belongs. This one actually goes in a little bit easier because the frame here is open, whereas it was basically a socket type frame on the other one. And it says he's taking 3 days of vacation, 29th to 31st of this month. Are you going to do a new video on finishing the Eaglemoss Ghostbusters Act? I will as soon as they start releasing parts for it. They have not yet started releasing parts, and I am actually completed on what I have for the Ecto. But the Ecto will definitely be getting finished. Okay, that's in there. This just does not want to stay in place. And I said the magic E word, and there goes Donnie. So I need 2 BPs. Now, for some people, the Eaglemoss Enterprise is not a bad kit. I didn't like the fit. I didn't like how I redid the windows. Did not enjoy redoing the windows. Yes, Donnie has been working 10 hours a day at Nissan way too long, and very often 6 days a week, which really makes it difficult for him to get into our Friday night streams. Although he did make the last one, I believe. I think he did Friday. He didn't make Sunday, but I can understand it. Yep, and I understand that, Donnie. I'm going to be doing I'm going to be doing 5 o'clock, or not 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at the earliest. More likely, it'll be 7 o'clock from now on. And I will try and do a stream or a video or something for our UK friends on Saturday and or Sunday. Sunday's interesting because Sunday we have the Hobby Time Modelers live stream group build that starts at noon. So I have to do like I did this past weekend and get on early to be able to do a stream on the weekend. Gilly said Donnie makes big bucks. Kenneth said working on the Eaglemoss Ghostbusters Ecto 1 stage 11. I have 12 to 27. The finished build, but been working on it some here and there because I've been working a lot. I have up to, I want to say it was shipment 13 done. Can usually make Friday stream even if he works on Saturday. Yes, he can. He usually does. We enjoy Donnie joining, and we enjoy anybody joining. The only prerequisite to join is you have to be part of our Discord, because we vet people through Discord due to an incident on one of our live streams that is no longer available on YouTube. Okay, and these next ones, I believe, are OP screws. Yep. I don't know if you can hear in the background. My wife is telling one of the dogs to not try and come in here. Yeah. Give me just a second, guys. Sorry. Here you go. Yeah. What? No, we have no brandy. Hang on. Wife's looking for brandy for cooking, I think. And instead of brandy, the closest I've got is whiskey. Just opened it for you.
Cognac or anything?
No. I just gave her the unopened bottle of Beam. The thumbs up. And oh, good, he had pants on. That's part of the allure of my channel, Gilly, is I might not have pants on. Actually, I always have pants on. I sometimes, one time, did not have a shirt on. And people saw my chest. Let me get a bigger bit on here. Now, these days, the complaint usually from Ian is that I'm wearing pajama pants. The way I see it is I'm going to be comfortable while I'm building. Kenneth said, engine on the Ghostbuster Ecto 1 is a pain to work on. I want to start doing the Pirates of the Caribbean Black Pearl build next. I don't know if there's an actual part work for it. The one I'm building is a wooden ship with the side open. It's from a company named ZHL. I believe they are in Russia. And I think, actually thinking about it, you can now get that kit via Model Expo. Or no, you can't get the one with the open side, but you can get the golden version, I think is what they call it, which is the same size, good size, 1/50th scale, except it does not have the interior. The one I'm working on has interior. It has lights, which I've replaced the interior lights with flickering lights from HDA Model Works. And it is about to be planked. Let me make sure that's on there. I love these little flap windows. They're difficult to get to move. That might help a little bit. That frame was actually a little bit out. I'm going to put it all the way to the top. I'm probably going to leave it all the way to the top. Gordon said, used to do a live show here in the UK on Saturday night, so had a good live setup, but not too good now as I had to replace stuff when I get it sorted out. We'll pop in one day. Perfect. Be glad to have you. Later, Kenneth. Don't work too hard, and we will see you at the next one. Okay, before we put the framework on here, have to take this little bitty handle. And I apologize that the side camera is not near as good as the top camera. Top camera focuses like nobody's business. But that little handle, it's focusing okay. That little crank handle goes onto this. Maybe it goes on there, maybe not. Let me see if I can find it. Anybody who's been watching me for a while knows that this can happen sometimes. I have lost a few things, but usually I'm able to find them. Let's see, do I have a light handy? I do. And I think I see it, even without the light. Yep. Got it. Yeah, I just dropped this onto the floor. And like I said, anybody who's watched for a while has seen me do that more than once. Most entertaining was 42 windows on the Enterprise, of which I was able to find 41 of them. Oh, nice. This is just a push fit, and it is very, very, very loose. No, it's right here. It's not over there. Quit trying to get me to look in the wrong spot. So because that is so loose, I'm going to put a drop of super glue on it because it's just there for show. So drop of super glue. Put it on there. And then it's just going to hang down like that. And that is push fit. Right here. This one actually fits a little bit better than the one up here did. This one actually I almost had to stretch a little bit to get to go in. Oh, the end of this stage says push that in and then you're done. It shows side of the bus with this panel, and that's where we're at this point. So the next stage must have, it has a window in it. But we don't work on that first. Hang on, let me double check, because is it going to have me fit this onto the bus? I'm just running through the instructions. Oh, okay. And it's funny, I've got the bus sitting here on purpose because I expected to actually put parts onto it. Let me switch cameras. Let me move the bus because nothing is actually going on the bus tonight. Ugh. Goodness, this thing is heavy. Okay. So I can use the better camera now, which means I can rearrange some things here. Because right now I have my Discord window and the instructions on the monitor in front of me, but now I can use the monitor in front of me with the StreamYard's window. So Gilly said, when I was looking for that part, it's over there, pointed. Donnie said, dang, more windows. What is this, the Enterprise? Nothing has more windows than the Enterprise, Donnie. You know that as well as I do. Okay. So this is the back frame. I believe it's the back frame. Yes, the back frame of the bus. Move this out of the way a little bit. Yeah, that kind of surprised me that I didn't have to put anything on the bus. And of course, what it's going to do is I'm going to have to put something on the bus now that I've moved the bus out of the way. Make sure his, oh, that's nice. The FM screw label is inside the bag. You don't know that. You don't have the part work. Well, you decided to do the R2 instead. Now don't give me any guff that the Enterprise isn't available. Got a lot done today. Going to fast track my vid build. Cool. Very nice. That MIG of yours is looking really sharp. So these wires, this tape is going to be for wires I'm going to use instead of the tape. Instead of that tape, I will use actual electrical tape. Let me see, nothing left in there. Put this in the box behind me and a ton of screws. Put these away real quick. Take a sip of my drink. Okay. WM. Did not realize that I went up that high. I've got BM screws, so the next one up is WM. I know that, Donnie. Yes, at the time that Donnie is currently working on the R2, and at the time he started, the whole Eagle was right as Eagle Moss went bankrupt. Eventually, they will come out of bankruptcy, or not. They won't come out of bankruptcy, but the part works will be available again. Once that happens, many of us will start building again. So TM screws, just a bunch of them. I wonder if these are the ones I'm supposed to use to put the top of the bus on with. Like I said, I might be pulling the bus back over here. These are FM screws. I know that because it's missing the label. I have a stack of screws for this thing. AP. What's funny is, if I'm not mistaken, if these are all for the roof of the second deck, it actually is rather entertaining how many there are, because I had enough to replace them all. Wait, who's getting high on a live stream? Did I say something about getting high on a live stream, or did I say something about taking a drink? I think I said taking a drink. And that is a ton of JP screws. NM. One of the few that I still had over there. Well, I'm thinking about it. I see. Can't love stream without a cold one. Nope. Or can't live stream. Always got to have a cold drink of some sort. Sometimes it's just water. But usually, like tonight, it's Fireball and Coke. MM. I just realized what Donnie was referring to. I was talking about screw letters, Donnie. Gosh. And yes, that was my best impression of Goofy. It was very sad. Last one. There it is. Water and whiskey is okay. It is. And something that's really good is amaretto. Oh, I love amaretto. Okay, so now that I've got all those screws put away, okay, so small bits on here. Got the license plate frame, lens for the brake light, light lens for the license plate, and this is the housing for the brake light. Of course, I went way past the instructions, making sure that I wasn't going to need the bus. So first thing they want me to do is take this lens, and it has actually got a indentation where the screws, where the posts for the screws go. The lens here is a little bit indented. Doesn't make any sense why, though. It says it's a push fit connection. It's not even push fit. It just kind of hangs in there and maybe falls out. Oh, nope, it will not fall out because it goes on this piece of framework. You've got 2 screw holes, and there's where the lens is going to come out at. So did I probably did. I did. I was putting the lens in here to where it would poke out this hole. It goes the other way around. which I'm looking. Where's Wolf? You mean Todd? Or Arctic Wolf? I have no idea. Do not know. Have not seen him. 6 o'clock. He was on Discord, but since then, haven't seen anything of him. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Yeah, the lens is actually sticking the other way. It is. But, you know, it's not. It's nice to support each other, but it's not mandatory. Wait a minute. Sorry, when I put it together, what I thought was the right way is actually the wrong way because it goes on here from the outside, not from the inside. I just dropped it. You got 2 sockets there for the pin, the lugs on here, and then the light will poke out from the there, from inside that plastic piece. So let me get this to go in here because it popped out on me. Come on. There we go. So that's how it actually goes on there. And then the screws will go in from the other side, and those are going to be AP screws. Yeah, I'm not sure where Arctic Wolf is. Although 7 is getting close to when he's putting kids down. Not sure if that's going to be good. It looked a little bit short, but it'll work. Okay, that one's tight. And when I had both screws in my hand, it looked like one was shorter than the other, but they both worked. And so underneath there, underneath where the brake or the brake light is, you got these 2 holes there for the screws, and that little flat spot there, or the little spot where it can stick out, and that, putting it in there the wrong way, this clear lens here hang on, let me double check. No, I did have it the right way. So the clear lens here is going to go on here between these 2 tabs. That is a tight fit. The light bracket inside the rear frame with the screw socket line, fixed place. Forms the light over the license plate. So I see how it's supposed to go on there, but looking at this, I don't know if it's the plastic or if it's the paint is too thick. But I need to narrow this plastic down a hair so that it'll actually fit through there. See how close that is at this point. Oh, you know what? I am a dork. But you're not going to see it. It doesn't actually fit between there. The light goes between there. I'm a dork. There's the wolf. Howdy, Eric. Welcome. That goes on there using the NM screws. Where are they? So many screws out right now. Two black NM screws. I need the smallest bit. A little bit of oil. Donnie's asking Eric, what about 45 minutes ago when the stream started? Eric was probably watching a stream at 5 o'clock and didn't realize it wasn't live. He was watching one of the old streams. Now, like I said, I'm guessing Eric was busy with either kids or he was out in the shed barbecuing when it's 40 below. He does that. That's tight. That's tight. And you can't really see that I sanded it down at all. See, I was thinking it would go into this gap right here, in here. But actually, that's where the LED comes out, and the LED will be here. There's got to be something that shines it up. So now we take the license plate and 2 more NM screws, making sure that it is upside right. The gap on the frame on the top, so that you can, that's where the light's going to go in, or that's where that lens is going to be at. So 2 more NM screws. This one here. NM. I just realized I was thinking the license plate was plastic, but it's actually metal. I already put the first one in. I'm not going to worry about the second one or either of them at this point, dipping them into oil, but that license plate is metal. And you can see the gap there. I need to arrange these lights just a little bit better, but you can see the gap there where the clear lens is going to go. This is going to drop in here. There is a pin. See if I can get it to show. There. There's a pin like that on both sides along with a screw hole. Pins will drop into the holes here. It drops in here just like that. And you cannot tell I did anything to the lens at all. I'm just really curious how that's going to work. Oh, screws go in from this side, and they are more NM screws. That's a lot of NM screws in this. These I will dip in oil because I realize that they're metal screws. Get the other one. Because this is external, is on the outside of the bus, and I can actually see the residual oil. I'm going to wipe it off. So there's the license plate. Check the fit of the frame, and then using MM screws. So the frame what am I looking at here? Goes on there like that. I think it goes on there like that. Okay. I'm sitting here looking at these sockets for the screws. These 3 sockets for the screws here, here, and here. And seeing the 2 sockets here and here on this one, thinking that's not going to line up. But actually, instead of sockets, you've just got indents here, here, and here that those are going into. So it's going to fit on here like that. And the screws are going to go in from the outside. Move this out of the way. Should be able to just lay this like that. And 3 MM screws, which are fairly decent size as far as screws go on here. Different apex. Lift this side up. Line up the hole. Get that one started. I'm going to get all of them, like I do with a lot of things, I'm going to get all the screws started first. I'm going to tighten that one up all the way. Next bigger size screw bit. Better. Just double check. So that is that part. Ah. Okay, that's why I've got all those metal screws. Hey, Lee, welcome. Lee just came in. So now, let me move this and this out of the way. So I do need the bus back over here. I was incorrect. Towel can get out of the way. And it shows starting at the left rear of the bus. Oof. Man, this thing is heavy. Make sure that didn't fall off again. Switch cameras. Move the camera a little bit. Bring it up. Move this over here to where I can see it again. Everybody's saying hey to Lee. Hey, Chris, things are going great. Welcome. Okay, and so starting with, so starting back here, using GM screws, actually fastening the top of the bus, because you can see right now it's up a hair in some spots. So it calls for this screw and this screw going in. Hopefully it won't be a pain. Oh no, going right in. Think. Maybe not. Nope, that's not going in actually. Might need to get a headlamp. Okay, that one went in. Absolutely, the bus has been invaded by Disney. You didn't know, Donnie? Where is he? There you go. Let me see if I can get him to stand. Because you got Pete back here being the conductor. Okay, that popped down where it's supposed to go. Just took some effort. So Donnie said that. Lee said been weather walls on build. I was working on the weathering the walls. Okay. And Donnie said that he knew. And Chris is saying hey to everybody. Okay, so 3 more GM screws up the front of the bus. That's the only problem with something this big is it's really, really difficult to be able to film the entire bus. These I'm tightening all the way down as I go. Donnie said it was just funny looking up from the dragon, which he is doing a fantastic dragon, and see Disney characters on a bus. Well, wait, Donnie, because I haven't printed them yet. But by the time I get the skin on the bus done and get to the last stage, I will not be putting the stickers from that came with the bus on it. I'll be using the Cricut to cut character shapes. This will be definitely a Disney bus. That one looks like it's sticking out hair. Actually, I can feel it with my hand in here as it's pulling the bus down where it's supposed to, or the top deck down where it's supposed to be. That one's good. That one's good. Thank you, Lee. Or were you talking to Donnie? Okay, so this is something that Dave told me quite a while ago. The next step says to take the back panel, this back panel back off, to pull this wire down where you can get to it and route it down here out the bottom of the bus. So, well, it gets routed down to the bottom of the upper deck, and then goes back up here eventually. Doesn't say to hook it up yet, but this is where it connects. And the two ends of the sorry, I've got that out of camera. The two ends of the cable say N. Rear platform with panel 81 in place. Cable reaches, it says the cable reaches almost to the platform. Doesn't have to. And then the next step, and it says, let's go ahead and we're going to show so this is where it says to take the back panel off here, run that cable down to where it almost reaches the bottom, and then it says to put the top on, which I've already done. Reason I did this is because that way I could get the poles done to where it was a pain. You put the roof of the bus on in sections rather than as a whole piece. Let me make sure that's the front of the bus. Checked all tabs circled in red are correctly aligned. Okay, all that's done. I'm just double checking with what the instructions are telling me. Make sure everything is okay. That's I was looking at the hood thinking it was the front of the bus, and so all those screws are already done. So now, all the screws going into the plastic are done, but in step 18 where you see all those TM screws, it said those are not done yet. I still need to put those in, so let me go ahead and stop the share, switch to the top camera, which is too close. So let's go back over here. There is no good, like I said, I've got no good way to show this. So it says fixed ceiling framework, 89A, side framework. So using 5 TM screws. Looks like it is 5 TM screws per side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5. Good night, Lee. Please leaving. And I'm not going to tighten these down. I'm just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 to a side. Just making sure. Yep. So we'll start with one up in the front here. The goal right now is to just get them all started. So that's 2. There are times I look at this and I'm like, it would be really cool to have an electric screwdriver. And then I think about the fact that the electric screwdriver would slip and gouge it, put a 6-inch gouge into the beautiful paintwork on this bus. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. Thanks, Lee. Appreciate it. I really do. So I'm going to start working from the back forward because the middle should be fine. At this point, the top of the bus really will not be going anywhere. Hang on. Okay, that one's not pulling down. That's better. So I don't think that back one's actually threaded either. What I'm looking at is I can see the gap right here getting smaller as I'm putting the screw in. Eventually that gap will be completely gone as the two pieces meet. So this will be the last one here on this side. That was the one that was not going in before. It's not like it's an expensive model. That's exactly why, because it's an expensive model. Wait, never mind. See you the next one. Night all. Good night, Lee. Have a great evening. So this is how I've been moving the bus a lot. Right now, I've just got the front. I'm lifting on the front and managing not to hit a spot where Dave was talking about on one of his videos. There's a headlight down here that can very easily get knocked loose. Right down there, the one under the main headlight. So let me slide this over. There are 4 more screws in the front of the bus. Hey, Dave. And he says, tight, have it down tight, pop some screws in on the other side. Actually, they're all the screws that are in there right now on the other side are loose. Disney will want to buy this when I'm done. I don't know if they will or not. Although if they wanted to sponsor a video, that would be cool. Or sponsor a build. And just looking, it looks like this side is down pretty well. Now the key is going to be if all the lights still work and the wiring is all still good. I'll save embarrassment and test that off camera. And anybody who does not know DS Models and Vintage, that is Dave's, I believe his last name is Say. And he has helped many times while I've been doing videos on here to give me pointers. Dave has done like 43 of these buses. He is doing a blue one that looks absolutely fantastic. You want to see the lights? Okay, well, let me get this on here. We get the rest of these on here, and I'll see about running the wires from the power supply over. Come on. These are actually going in really easily. I don't know why, but it seems like you made it sound like it would be a lot more difficult if I didn't have screws going in on both sides at the same time. But for some reason, this side was down all the way. The other side was not. Five screws to go. This one could be difficult. Come on. And the front is popped out a little bit. This gap should not be there. So what I'm going to have to do is start on this side, start on the far side, and work across. And I just looked at the camera and saw that light was blowing the picture out. And Dave says the front 4 are the worst. I can believe it because there's very little areas you can push in on. Although the first 3, well, the first 2 were not too bad. This next one is going to take a little bit of effort. So what?
Eugene, can I talk to you?
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me get this last screw in there.
Yeah, no problem.
Gilly, I have basically got these in. That last one is in. Take a look. Put these screws away. Those front 4 were not too bad, Dave, to be honest. I can do the last 4 off camera, but they're in already. Let me see. So it says to mount the mirror that's already there. And that is actually the end of this stage, which is a perfect time. I'm going to tighten these all down off camera, but I can tell you right now, it should go really well because it's all down, all the screws caught. So I call that success. Ooh, really bright, way out of focus. Okay, actually turn one back on. So that was 2 stages on the bus. Thank you, Gilly. 2 stages on the bus. It is going together really well. I love the way it's coming out. The rest of it is going to be a lot of panels and all that. A lot of times, what I'm going to probably do is one pack at a time, just so that the videos don't get really boring. Tyson, you can see right there. So thank you, Gilly. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I will be working on either the bus or the VW next Monday. I might decide to stream on Wednesday. Probably something this weekend as well. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers as well on both Facebook and on YouTube. See what's going on on there. Watch us on Fridays and Friday night, Sunday at noon Central Time, where we do our group builds. And I will catch you guys next time. Have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. Take care of yourselves out there, and we'll catch you next time.